What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak 2. Last time we started the evening activities here on day 1 on Nemeth Island. So far, nothing too crazy outside of Towson thinking he was being haunted by a ghost, but it was actually just a shining palm. So yeah, Van and Kasim handled that whole situation. Now we are continuing with our relaxing activities. So we're going to keep running around talking to people. We do have some connect events to do, by the way. There are 3 ones you can do. We're definitely going to do the Celis and Leon one because this is one I will spoil for people. It's similar to, like with Wazi if you played Azure. Their connect event actually ties into their backstory. You get, and I will spoil this, you get more on their backstory next game. That's in a thing that's not optional. But this is your first kind of look into, because we don't know their past. So obviously we know the past. Every other Dominion that we know of that has been in a game, at least playable in a game, so Kevin, Wazi, and Gaius, we know their full backstories. We know where they came from. We know what happened to them. Celis and Rion, we're in the second game. We still don't know what led them to become Dominions, and this kind of does lead into that. So we are going to do that. So we are going to skip. We're going to skip the actress one, because this one is it's just Judith and Nina watching a movie together. I don't believe there's anything else that really happens in this besides it's just, Van goes up with them and he watches a movie in their room with them. So we're going to do the Feri and Aaron one, and then we are going to do the Celis and Rion one. But first, we're going to finish running around talking to everybody. See what everyone has to say. Well, the foremost fighter, huh? Color me intrigued. If it isn't the direwolf and the immovable, talk about a rare opportunity. What do you say, finally nailing down which school is the strongest, the Taito or the Gekka? Come on, you're not really planning on fighting them, are you? Don't interfere, little dancer boy. Who are you calling little dancer boy? I'm not exactly a Taito user through and through, but I'll admit it's an interesting proposition. Want to give him a run for his money's in? I'd never agree to such a reckless fight, is what I should say. But if you can manage to find a battleground that's far enough away from the villa, I'll consider your offer. You're just gonna give him what he wants? So Zin has really kind of loosened up since we first met him in Sky. I mean, he was never really like a super strict guy, but he was kind of the adult of the group. Kind of keeping everyone together. I can't help being curious, after all. Wouldn't it be nice to know what makes him the best of the Gekka? I don't really give a shit what school he's from. As far as I'm concerned, we're just fighting for the title of who's strongest. Well then, let's hope you two are enough to sate my hunger. These guys are clinically insane. Tell me about it. Aaron is... the one time you're gonna see Van and Aaron agree on something. Oh man, that's funny. By the way, Arkride, you practice the Kunlun style, right? Not really. You could probably only call me an initiate at best. I've got a bad feeling about this. That means we have someone from each of the 3 major disciplines here. What say you to starting an inter-school battle royale? I say no. Was that everybody? That's all they had to say. I could talk to Aaron, though. Aaron. I know what you're gonna say. Starting shit with Sal at this point won't get me anywhere. I'll give him his just desserts one of these days, but for now it's vacation time. Well, at least he's aware enough to say that. What's this fisherman down here? What's your name? Kyle? Shannon reeled in a rare deep sea fish this afternoon. The same one I've been hoping to land for a while now. In fact, honestly, I'm a bit miffed about it. Deep sea fish are easier to catch at night, so I'm going to test that theory on every fishing hole I can. By the way, this reminds me of something I'm very excited about for this fall. So when Sky the First comes out, we are going to get our first full 3D model of Fisherman Lloyd. The one you see at the fishing lodge. I didn't realize you could run so deep in the water here. So I am very excited about that. You could really... Who's up here? It really is nice to be able to explore this place at night. Like, I feel like it'd be more exciting if it was more packed. You know, maybe you get, like, an extra building down there, and then you could have tourists all over this place. But obviously, this is probably not a safe island. Oh, Morley. There's a shop over here? From who? Who's this? The engineer. I didn't even know there was a shop out here. And of course we can buy more gear, but no one's with me, so it's not like it matters. Okay. Nice to be able to do that. Let me at least get Van done, since he's on my person. I'll worry about everyone else later. I will probably find a video later on, maybe sometime in the later part of Act 3, where I'll actually set up people's orbments the way I want them to actually be set up in a decent way. So we can actually start doing some numbers in terms of damage. Looks like no one's out in this section, so the only other people left to talk to will be over here. Let me see, who else? Have we more or less talked to everybody? I feel like we probably have. I can't imagine there's anyone else. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, which party members have we not conversed with yet? I think we've pretty much met with everyone. All right, so what we're gonna do now is, we're gonna do 2 of these activities, then we'll do a connection, then we'll do 2 more activities, then another connection, then the rest of the activities. We're offering a cocktail making workshop here as a nighttime activity. This is your chance to create your own original drink. Why not invite somebody to join you? Oh, heck yes. Who do I invite? Our underage members get their drinks non-alcoholic, so anyone's fair game. So we've got 7 choices here, and we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we can only do half of them. Obviously, I'm going to stick to my main important characters. So the ones we did first, so like Elaine. So I think my 7 will be Elaine, Ren, Shizuna. That's 3. Reset is 4. Nina, I'll probably do 5. And then we'll go from there. I don't know off the top of my head. I might just grab like Agnes and then Nadia for the last 2, but we'll see how I feel. But we're definitely starting with Elaine, because to me, she is the love interest. So, you know, cocktail making seems like a very romantic activity to do with someone you love. The workshop requires participants to create an original cocktail using ingredients they gather themselves. We have all of the basic components here, but you'll need to provide an extra layer to both the flavor and presentation. Nemeth is flush with vegetation, so harvest any 2 you like and bring them back here. It would be best to avoid drinking given my agenda the next few days. But they do say alcohol in moderation can be good for one's health. Very well, I'll come along. 1 glass as a pick-me-up couldn't hurt.
Yes.
Yep, so you just follow the icon locations. So it looks like there's 2. There's 1 here we have to grab and 1 in there. I do believe the monsters are still out here at night, by the way, so I think you have to be careful when you run out there. So we'll do Elaine and Resette's cocktail making, and then we'll do one of the Connect events. Mint leaf, okay.
これを使ってみましょう。
Oh, yep, like I said, monsters out here, but they're still gonna be as tough, I believe, as they were during the day, so it's in your best interest to probably avoid them. I mean, it's not like they're, like, super tough. I'm pretty sure you could come out here solo as well, like, while you're not doing the cocktail making thing, and there'd still be monsters out here. Oh, a little further.
これを使ってみましょう。
Oh, I'm pretty sure you can just teleport back as well. With the help of the chef back at the bar, the pair managed to complete their original cocktails. Meet the Esmalus Lady. It's a white lady with a mint flavoring added in. Should have figured you'd use your favorite as a base. Oh, what makes you think it's my favorite? It's what you always had whenever the three of us went to Bermati's. You ordered one the last time we were at Shino's place too, remember? Let's do it as ever. Call me a sap, but I'll never... Aww. Call me a sap, but I'll never forget the first time you and me had a drink together. Oh. Well, I hope you remember this one just as well. I put a piece of myself into it after all. Yeah? What are we waiting for? Bottoms up. What might an Esmalus Lady represent? I've heard every cocktail has a symbolic meaning. You say something? Not at all. Just offering some food for thought. That was sweet. The perfect vacation. Participate in all 3 activities on Nemeth Island. Okay. Well, that was nice. So yeah, each one's kind of like just like a short thing. Okay. We'll do one more. Let's grab Reset here. Does she disappear? No, she's still on the list. You're allowed to do it again. Workshop required. Yeah, okay. Our reconnaissance earlier today revealed a myriad of applicable ingredients throughout the island. I'm a bit lost on what the ideal choices would be. What we combine will influence the flavor a great deal. This is supposed to be an original cocktail, so you probably want something that reflects you as a person. What I'm trying to say is just pick whatever tickles your fancy. Very well, I shall do just that. Alright, what do we got this time? Oh. Wait, what? There's only one. Where's the other one? Oh. It's over here. Yeah, so each person has different locations. No, I know we have to grab the ingredient. Oh, it's on the beach, okay. We're not going to run around for everyone, by the way. We'll probably start teleporting for these. Sorry to interrupt your fishing, my guy. Blue caviar. So let's go to... Yeah, the altar, I guess, will be the closest place. Since it is right here. Coconuts. Damn, that crystal clear color's gorgeous. The summer sky was my inspiration. I call it the cerulean heart. Please give it a try. Gladly.
美味しい一味違いますね
It's just as refreshing as the looks. The little bits of blue caviar are a nice touch. That bracing sensation is exactly what I intended. It took quite a bit of trial and error to achieve it. Wouldn't be a Reset original without a splash of elbow grease. Thanks for always going above and beyond. You're very welcome. That was sweet as well. See, like with me, it's like, I don't like to get too into the shipping stuff anymore because it's always a nightmare no matter what your opinion is, but, you know, I will be completely happy if this arc ends with, like, Van and Elaine together, but I also have a very big soft spot for Van and Reset as well. And then Van and Chizuna would just be funny to me. Like, if we do somehow end up with, like, a Cold Steel 4 situation with the final Calvert game where it's like, oh, you know, here's these 8 girls, you can pick one of them for the final romance scene. I would still, like, I would do what I did with Cold Steel 4. I'd save right before it to view all the cutscenes, and I think the Shizuna one would just be the funniest. Because Van is just very much like, I want nothing to do with her. And I just think it'd be entertaining. Alright, so we've done 2 of them, so let's do one of these Connect events now. So let's do, oh, let me get these out. Yeah, let's do this one first. Let's see what Feri and Aaron will be up to. Van decided to go check on Feri, whom he'd spotted heading towards the island's ruins with a strained look on her face. However, he was surprised to find that someone else had beaten him to the punch. So you're here too, huh? Figured as much. Like hell you did. I was bored, so I came by to watch. It's not that deep. Anyway, what's your take on that? The way you carry yourself and your weapon has certainly improved. But in the end, the weight of your blade is as ephemeral as it ever was. Feed the fire within you and stoke it well, lest it eventually burn out. I can keep going. Just one more rematch. So long as there are still hurdles you've yet to surmount, the outcome won't change. My role here is finished. I'll leave the rest to your boss and colleague. Van, Aaron, were you eavesdropping? Not well enough to slip a certain someone's notice. Can't say we're the best choices to fill in for you, though. Seriously, man, how you just gonna chuck your own flesh and blood out like yesterday's trash? There is no filling in to be done. The issue lies with Ferida herself. As was stated in Langport, I have nothing more on this matter. Not until you're able to face your inner flame. So she's struggling with something. Kasim. At this point, I think he gets off on the whole vague and mysterious shtick. So, what now? You want a sparring partner? I'm game. Going against someone as many leagues above you as your brother ain't gonna be much of a crash course. I could always pass along some of his combat tips from back when he was my instructor. Man, Aaron. If you really don't mind, then yeah, let's do it. I mean, she's got 2, you know, obviously Kasim is her actual big brother, but she's got 2 big brothers right here as well. Afterward, Van and Aaron spent some time helping Ferida with her training. They then decided to take a break once her stamina finally gave out. Well, I've still got another fight in me. You up for it? It's okay. I don't want to put you 2 out. That's enough training for one evening anyway. Besides, I need to cool off and get some thinking done. About what Kasim told you? I guess it'd be tough not to dwell on it. It seemed like he really gave you the cold shoulder back in Langport, too. Was there something he said when you returned home last year? There's no hiding anything from you, huh, Van? Your priestess duties went off without a hitch, though, right? I did learn the dances that they passed down in my village, and I performed the rituals like I was supposed to. But apparently the point of it all went completely over my head. The dance is supposed to communicate some sort of hidden meaning, but I never figured out what it was. You're still young, though. She's still, like, what, 14, 15 years old? She's got time to figure it out. I mean, I don't know what age Kasim was when he, you know, obviously left the clan and everything, but Ferida, the true purpose of this ritual is for the Children of Flames to confront the origins of the Kruga. You must grasp its meaning for yourself and spark the fire inside, steeling you for the times to come. Just as our distant kingsmen once did to fulfill the duties demanded of them long ago. Fail to do the same and you will soon reach your limits. Yeah, they're talking about the people of Nord. I mean, they're all, you know, from the east, so distant kinsmen. Come to think of it, there's one tribe in the buffer zone between us and the Empire. I did great performing the dance itself, but I never realized there was more to it until Kasim said so. What's wrong with me? How could I not even know what the pride of our people is built on? Wish I had the answers. All I can say is your bro's got an even bigger shtick up his ass than he did last year. Yeah, the Constantine's a reasonable guy, but there's clearly more going on beneath the surface. Still, everyone's got to figure out their own personal style of facing up to things for themselves. You ain't wrong. There's a reason your old man's trying to give you the opportunity to broaden your horizons. Yeah, I think I get what Abi and Kasim are going for here. It's just, even if I do come up with my own answer, how am I supposed to know if it's good enough? The more I mull over it, the more confused I get. Oh, jeez, this isn't like you, small fry. That attitude's just gonna put a damper on your inner flame or whatever. It's times like these when you gotta let loose and live a little. What you got there? How about that? Great minds think alike. Don't tell me you brought some too. Oh, sparklers. Wow, look at how pretty these sparklers are. They even come in different colors. It's so, wow. Can't remember how many years it's been since I last held one of these. They were giving them away for free at the villa, so I figured they'd be a fun way to kill time. And apparently I wasn't the only one. Quit trying to psychoanalyze me. I just got to thinking how me, my mom, and Ashton used to do this a long time ago. It's not so bad once in a while. Yeah, definitely. That's sweet. Sparklers sure are strange, huh? They burn a lot weaker than, say, a bonfire, but all the colors and shapes they come in are so mesmerizing. I wonder if it's okay for the Kruger's flames to take different forms, too. Maybe it's not all about strength. Maybe each person's flame is colored by the things they've experienced. There you go. If that makes sense to you, then it's all the explanation you need. That's what I always say. You may have a duty to your family, but how you choose to fulfill it is up to you and no one else. Same applies to your brother. I'll bet he had to take a good look at himself before he managed to choose his own path. Choose his own path, huh? You're right, Kasim must have gone through this too. Thanks, you two, for everything. Aww. Heh, don't sweat it, small fry. The hell's with the googly eyes? You got something to confess? Nah, it's just nice seeing you cheer up a little. Ain't often you're this thoughtful to Feri either. Guessing you've had a lot on your mind lately. Yeah, well, all the BS with Sao and Galang really got under my skin. But you know, at some point it hit me. If all I do is sulk behind them, I won't ever be able to pull ahead. So while you figure out how to face yourself, I'm gonna be right... Aww. So while you figure out how to face yourself, I'm gonna be right at your side, blazing my trail. Aaron. Sounds like a plan to me. I'll do my part to keep your ass afloat, so grind on till you're satisfied with where you end up. Heh, like I need your permission. Well, it went out. Feel a little bad we didn't get to share this with the others. Hey, no time like the present. What do you say we call everyone over? We've got more sparklers than we know what to do with. Might as well go for another round. Aww. They're so pretty. That's what I said. Yeah, this is a nice change of pace. Are you seeing this, S? I'm looking. Settle down before you burn somebody. There are plenty more to spare, so please have at it. Hell yeah, keep lighting these babies up. Never a dull moment with this bunch. So. See, like, he's not a bad... I don't want to say this, that Sal's not a bad person. Like, he obviously will use who he needs to, but there is some very tiny, minuscule, small part of him that wants to see people progress. It was the same with Lloyd, it's the same with Ashen, and it's the same with Aaron. So, keep striving, Ferida. Don't stop until you found your answer. Same thing with him. He's harsh with his sister, but he wants her to find her way. Once the group have had their fill of the sparkers, everyone helped Feri and Aaron clean up. Might be tough to clean them up on the beach. Despite their reluctance to call it a night, they then headed back to the villa together.
心配かけてすみません。でも、おかげで私なりの炎に少し近づけたかもしれません。
俺の方もちょいと気が晴れたかもな。ま、二人ともそのうちまた付き合ってやるよ。
Oh, that was a really nice one. That is definitely one of my favorite Connect events in this game. You know, Feri and Aaron are both kind of lost in their way, but they're both able to be there for each other. To help each other progress. Okay, so we've already done Elaine and Reset, so let's go to Shizuna next, I guess. Pretty neat they let you collect your own ingredients. Does that mean we can use Beast Essence and Monster Hearts? Of course, we'd have to hunt some down first. Nuh-uh, nothing doing. Why not? We Easterners use that stuff pretty often for medicinal drinks. Does this look like a sick room to you? Just do me a favor and pick something normal.
Yeah.
So, we actually have her in the party again for once. For a temporary moment. Okay. We'll go up here first, and then we'll swing around to the abandoned church. I would teleport, but this is already, like, not that far away, so... How far out do you go before you get your weapon? It's obviously just gonna appear on my hip at some point. Yep, there it is. Hey, that works. I need this too. Well, it's not gonna be inside the church. Hibiscus. This is a layered drink I'm calling Snow, Moon, and Flowers. Not too shabby if I do say so myself. The top part's the snow, the bottom is the moon, and the garnish on top is a single flower. Pretty artsy of you. Hey, a drink like this is just begging for a certain level of refinement. Tossing things in all willy-nilly would be no better than picking fight at random. Not too convincing coming from someone who brawls first and asks questions later. True, but I choose my opponents carefully. You're always on the list of candidates, though, man. Don't suppose you can withdraw my nomination for the rest of eternity, ideally. Every battle is a once-in-a-lifetime event. I like to think of each one as something worth treasuring. So there is more that goes on behind it. Just like this cocktail. I think I follow. You'll never experience the exact same flavor twice. Gonna have to keep that in mind while it's going down. We already got Shizuna up to rank 3. Alright, we'll do Ren next. Cocktails made for ourselves by ourselves using our own hand-picked ingredients sound positively charming. It doubles as a nighttime stroll around the island too. These luxury villas really know how to craft an experience. You'll have to keep in the spirit and act as my gallant escort then. As if you don't have a scythe, you can just swing around. What do we got? Sea salt. Let's get this guy out of the way. Crimson Glory Vine. Sure, but the flavor draws you in so much that you barely even notice that. Who knew you were such a mixologist? I pushed myself to create something that would appeal to an adult palate. It's good to know the effort paid off. I call it the Noble Chaton. My vision was a cocktail that reflected the flair of an elegant and mature vacation. Well, being a grown-up comes with a whole bunch of strings attached. There's only a handful of us or so going about things elegantly. The word certainly couldn't describe the crude, mullish way you live your life. Still, I do hold a fondness for it. Gee, thanks. For the record, I can be just as elegant as the next guy when I'm in vacation mode. Oh, in that case, how about join me for one more round? You're on. That was cute. Alright, let's do the other connection event. So we are going to do this one. Upon seeing Salas and Leon heading out, Van decided to follow their direction. In time, he began to hear a distinct sound of swords clashing. You're wide open. Says who? So they came here for a little spar, huh? That answers that question. Guess I'll just leave him to it then. Oh, seen enough already? Surely you didn't come all this way just to leave with so much as a hello to your fellow pupils. Whoops, didn't mean to no disrespect, just trying to stay in my lane. I spotted the two of you leaving and thought something might be up, so I came to scope things out. As well as gain some insight as to why we're on Nemeth, I take it. I won't deny caution is a virtue, even when it comes to those you once joined hands with. Okay, you saw right through me. Just let me off with a slap on the wrist and I'll scram. Yeah, then make like a tree and actually hold that thought. Maybe you show up at just the right time. Huh? Celis, I don't like that look in your eye. Aw, lighten up. For once, how often do we get a chance like this? We were thinking of taking a break after sweating it out a bit. We brought some of the good stuff, so why don't you stick around? The good stuff? More drinking? Kind of funny that despite them being full party members, you can't do any of the island activities with these two. A few bottles of booze on a full moon, huh? Classy. To be honest, I was hoping you'd have some holy sweets to pass around, but I can roll with this too. Did you really believe we'd slip out in the dead of night to have some dessert? We could always keep the alcohol to ourselves if you're going to complain. Who's complaining? Though I will say I prefer my booze a little more on the sugary side. Still, nothing beats Eastern liquor when it comes to moon gazing. You really know what's up. Master Burgard would take a sip under the moon every once in a while back when he was in Arteria. It was something he used to do with his feral martial artist, so I wanted to see what all the hype was about. Sharing the same drink the way we share the same master makes for a pretty good setup, am I right? Unexpected company notwithstanding. This chilled long-life rice wine is one master himself recommended. They happened to have it at the restaurant, so I placed an order. There are only enough snacks for two, though, so do try to imbibe responsibly. Sure, and sorry for crashing the party. I've been meaning to bring this up, but y'all are real attached to Master, huh? Gotta say, it feels a little hero worshipy. You watch your mouth. What's so wrong about showing the man some respect, huh? It's not just us either. Mention the Roaring Lion to anyone of the Gralsritter and... Simmer down, Celis. He is an ignorance no explanation can cure. Now why don't we begin while the moon's still in full view? Oh, right. Well, better late than never. To Master Burgard, may he remain safe and in good health. Cheers. Well, that's not foreboding. Cheers. Yeah, hopefully he won't actually die for good anytime soon. We still don't know how he survived because, based on what Gaia said, he was dead. In time, the conversation began to pick up as the trio regaled one another with old tales about Burgard. And after a good several drinks, they soon found themselves rather inebriated. So me and Leon went to Master and said, "Look, we're begging you to find a hobby outside of work." Next time we meet, he rides in on his new wheels with a big old grin on his face. We were happy to see the guy, but yeesh. To think that was your influence at work, Van. The austere model knight we call Master was decked out in biker gear and genuinely taken with it at that. It was rather conflicting, to suffice to say. Hey, his fashion sense is his own business. Not that I wasn't prepared to take the blame anyway. What did you expect? The man's our idol, but you're the apple of his eye. It really does seem that way, like even more than Gaius. He's got a whole lot of other students too, so you better batten down hatches, pal. Other students, huh? It seems like he has plenty within the church alone. Let's see, there's you two, the vice captain. Oh yeah, what about the porcupine head you guys were working with? I didn't realize you and Kevin were acquainted, but no, he had a different instructor. We are very well aware. She passed at a young age, but the influence she had on the lives of him and his partner Reese endures to this day. Still, I think all us younger Dominions see Master as a mentor on some level. He's been around even longer than Ein and Thomas. So Thomas is one of the more... Well, I guess because Thomas is like number 2, right? I think. So the number of people he's taken under his wing is more than I can count. But as far as martial arts goes, his most respectable student is probably Wazi's right-hand man. Oh, Abbas. You mean Abbas? I hear he studied the Kunlun style under Master Burgard directly. Though it seems he's recently had his hands full looking after a number of, shall we say, colorful new comrades. Well, yeah, because Wald joined the Gralsritter as well. Hey, the fact he can keep him online just shows how much discipline Master beat into him. No offense, but the more I hear about these people, the more off the wall you folks sound. Well, we do come from all walks of life. This may sound odd coming from me, but his youngest pupil is likely the least objectionable of the bunch. Yeah, Gaius. Oh, Gaius, for someone so young, he pretty much had his crap together from the get-go. Yeah, I mean, even in Cold Steel 1 we knew that. Since Master risked his life and transferred his stigma to the guy, I think he was keen on training him to the brink, though he didn't get the chance. As a native of the Highlands and an alumnus of Thor's Academy Special Class, Gaia serves as a reminder for us not to fall behind. That's so sweet. Everyone in the Gralsritter seems to think so highly of Gaius. Of course we understand why. And unlike a certain someone, I feel like there's much to learn from his sincere and diligent example. Would it kill you to stop sneaking jabs at me every other sentence? Damn, though. You got so many stories to dig into that I don't even need any snacks. Speaking of which, you two have been together for a long time now, huh? As a duo, I mean. That's the best word for it after seeing the way you guys mesh. I just get the impression Stigma users aren't usually so buddy-buddy in the Girls Ritter. Really diving in the deep end, huh? Me and Leon aren't an item, if that's what you're thinking. Thank heavens for small miracles. The hell you mean by that, asshole? Hey, I wasn't trying to imply anything, just the hard stuff making me curious is all. I won't press the issue if you'd rather not talk about it. Well, I don't see the benefit in being cagey. You raise a valid point. It's rare for Dominions to team up with one another in lieu of a squire. Chalk it up to us knowing each other for over a decade. We got Master Brigard to thank for that. Here we go. Story time. Right around the time I made Dominion, he brought in some pouty little punk from Eidos knows where. So Celis was Dominion before Leon. Then for Eidos knows why, he paired us up. I remember us butting heads from minute one. That's because in those days, Celis was the very picture of a rambunctious delinquent. She'd fly into a rage and grab me by the collar at the drop of a hat. Every day I would think to myself, why did I get stuck with her? Think? Hell, you said it straight to my face, but yeah, that's more or less how it was for a while. We were partners who just wouldn't click. No way, no how. But then, well, let's just say shit happened, and after that, things started to change a little. Suddenly, this jagoff who pushed my every button became the one person I trusted to have my back more than anybody. All according to Master Brigard's designs, no doubt. He knew that our abysmal chemistry would eventually give way to an unparalleled bond of trust. That from the dark brands both of us bore would come the frost and flames we used to support each other. Crap, I can feel my cheeks getting all blushy. It's your own fault for letting the liquor loose in your lips. A little forethought might do you some good next time. This is why the vice captain always refers to you as the raging bull, you realize. Like you're one to talk, you getting all shit-faced and running your mouth. Oh wait, that's how you are sober too. Master really knew what he was doing pairing you up. I finally get how you two lasted so long as a square peg in a round hole. Watch it, wise guy. I do believe you're overstepped the point of discretion. That said, Van, turnabout is fair play. Don't think you're getting out of this without your own little trip down memory lane. I figured this circle back to me eventually. You're right, though. I probably owe you two an explanation of what happened back then. With you and Master Brigard, you mean? Aw, son of a, we're out of booze, Leon. Man, how the hell we knocked those things back so quick? Let's take that as a sign to wrap things up. This conversation has dragged on long enough. We wouldn't want to hold Van up any more than we already have. I guess not. I'll just get out of your hair and make my way back then. It was fun talking with you guys. Yeah, same here. Van made his farewells to Leon and Celis, feeling pleasantly uplifted by the drinks they had shared. After sobering up a bit in the cold air, he decided to get back to business.
慣れ合うつもりはありませんが、ま、たまにはこういうのも悪くはありませんね。
素直じゃねえな、リオン。ま、次はてめえの話も詳しく聞かせろや。
Yeah, they only have 2 stars. So, obviously, you would assume that every member, every Dominion that knows Van is aware of what he carries inside him. It's not like it's some major secret. It's obviously a big incident. So you would assume that Celis, Rion, Brigard, they all know, and probably even the Iscariot guy, Ashlad, probably know that he carries one of the 7 head demons within his body. But obviously they don't immediately just slay him out of, nowhere. All right, let's get these last 2 out of the way. And then we're gonna, we have 3 left. We're gonna get these last 3 out of the way. This will go a bit longer, but we'll get these last 3 out of the way and then call it a video. You know what? Give me Judith. It'll be interesting. I want to see what kind of drink she'll make. I drink all the time. But being my own bartender is a new one. Party hardy, A-list actress playing mixologist. I'll warn my liver. I never said I was an alcoholic, just on all the work outings I end up at. Alright, Alright, one up here and then there's one in the back. Yeah, I think we'll go with Judith, Nina, and I'll decide on the last one. Might just pick Agnes to wrap it up.
これなんていいかも。
By the way, in case there's any confusion, I don't dislike Agnes or anything. She's not like one of my top characters in this arc, but I don't dislike her. Like, she has a lot of really good scenes, and I do think she makes for a very good secondary main character. Especially everything considering the plot. Like, she is the center of everything that's kind of gone on in this series, you know. Everything traces back to Professor Epstein, who was, you know, her great-grandfather. I just don't like to push the idea of, you know, the whole Van and Agnes as a couple thing, because that's just, for me personally, you know, obviously these are fictional characters, people can ship who they want. It's just a 16-year-old and 25-year-old, just not my kind of thing. Presenting my pride and joy, the Golden Kiss. It's like Golden Blood. Named after the hit movie Golden Blood, I take it. What else? Now hurry up and try some.
あー、美味しいじゃないこれ。
くー、たまんねえな。
The mint flavor adds an extra layer I didn't see coming. It betrayed my expectations in a good way. You notice? That's the kind of the point, actually. I getcha. A good drink has hidden depth of flavor, much like a good woman has her secrets. Couldn't think of a more fitting cocktail for Golden Blood or you. Aw, stop it. You know me too well. Only difference is it actually manages to keep it secret, unlike a certain masked vigilante I know. Well, why'd you have to spoil it? Yeah, he was doing so well at being sweet to her. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we'll go with Agnes, and then we'll go with Nina. I assume Mario would be kind of interesting because you'd probably have stuff to say about Dingo, I assume. Yeah, let's go with Agnes. Foraging at night sounds kind of thrilling, almost like an adventure. We've already seen most of the island, though, and a resort will only be so dangerous, even after hours. But if it's an adventure you want, we could always spice up our cocktail with something way out of left field. Let's not and say we did. Alright, where are her ingredients at? Okay, at the church and back there, so let's just do this the quick way. Well, near the church, rather.
Hey?
Ah.
Okay, hibiscus as well.
これは使えそうですね。
Same as Shizuna. And then back here as well. Coconut.
こんなところにあったか。
こんなに綺麗で美味しいなんて。
甘口か。何杯でもいけそうだぜ。
I take it you like my flowery fizz van? Minus points for the lack of booze, but it goes down easy, and the texture is velvety smooth. The floral aroma gives it a nice relaxing vibe too. I'm glad you enjoy it so much. I didn't even get to the presentation. The pink color and red petals really add some cute factor. It takes after you in that way. That's a very kind thing to say. Or Van, is the alcohol starting? There's no alcohol in it. Is the alcohol starting to get to you? Eh, could be. Well, I guess his would be alcohol-y. Maybe. And so Van and his companion. Yeah, okay. All right, last one. Nina Fenley. The island feels so different at night. Just imagine the scenes you can take. Only thing is, we're supposed to be foraging, not filming. Of course, of course. I appreciate you escorting me around at this late hour, Van. Once again, A-list actress going out at night with a shady Spriggan. Okay, we're going for the sea salt again.
こんなところにあったか。
And I guess the hibiscus as well.
Motta inai kurai desu.
甘口か。何杯でもいけそうだぜ。
Every sip gets me feeling cool and refreshed from head to toe and inside out. I'm happy my innocent breezer came out so nicely. I never had any doubt you'd put together a winner. That's very flattering. If you think about it, this cocktail and I have a lot in common. How so? It's a collection of varied ingredients poured and mixed into an empty vessel. I'm only joking, that might have been the alcohol talking. Hey, in the end, combining all those ingredients is what got us this gorgeous shade of white here. I'd call that pretty impressive in and of itself. You're a bit like a cocktail too, Van, the way you blur the lines between black and white. The color you live by, in my opinion, is nothing short of amazing. Aww. Damn, way to bring it full circle. Long story short, not everyone understands their own flavor. That's what drives them to get a taste of someone else. On that note, what do you say having another glass? I'd love one. Nina obviously has a lot of things she's carrying. We've been seeing that since the first game, where she considers herself empty in a way. And we know she's got some secrets, even if we don't know what they are yet. I know, but you guys don't. But yeah, so we're going to end things off here. So next time, we are going to return to our room for the night and let the next day begin. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.